Hello, hello. Pamela here with Passionate About Scrapbooking, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Texas Hill Country, in Fredericksburg, Texas, as a matter of fact. So, how is everyone doing today? Surprise, surprise, if you didn't know I was going live this evening. If you're hopping on, be sure to say hello. I'm going to pull up a few things real quick. So, I want to welcome you to my craft along with Pamela, where I will be creating with the Everyday You and Me Scrapbooking Workshop Kit tonight. So I've started this back in February, I guess, and we did, let me think, what did we do for February? We did the Meant to Be Scrapbooking Workshop Kit and had lots of fun with it. It takes about 2 hours to cut and make 3 pages. So I'll be doing that tonight. So again, let me know if you're joining me, say hello, drop a comment, and we'll get started here in just a few minutes. I'm going to check and make sure I'm live everywhere. I should be live on YouTube and Facebook. Turn down my volume because that could be a problem. All right, I'm live on YouTube. Hello, Charisse. How are you? Thank you for saying hello. So I know I'm live. I'm just double checking everything. Yep, I think I'm live everywhere. All right, so how are you doing this evening, Charisse? Let me move something else around a little bit so I can see. All right. So I got all ready today. It's really hard for me to do everything and get ready by 10 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I usually don't show my face. But I did get ready today. It's been an exciting day if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. They're announcing and releasing new product at the On Stage event. So I've been a little bit distracted with that, trying to keep up with some of that. Anyone else? All right, so let me share real quick more about what we're doing. So, the second Thursday of every month, I will be doing a scrapbooking workshop kit live in the evening at 7 p.m. Central. So, I have one recorded for February, and it was for the Meant to Be, I think is what it was called. Um, yeah, I can't remember now exactly what the name of it, but it was the bees. And we had lots of fun creating those pages. And then tonight we're going to be using the Everyday You and Me Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. And we're going to create three 2-page 12 by 12 layouts. And what else? If you don't have a kit yet, you can still order it. I did put a link down in the description. And then also, I wanted to let you know about next month's kit. So the second, I put in there Tuesday, and Tuesday, April 1st is the day that if you want the early bird special, you'll need to place your order with through me by then. There is a PayPal link in the description, and we'll be using the Storybook Life Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. Hey Jackie, how are you? I'm assuming there are captions for you. So maybe that just one time was a fluke. I don't know. So anyhow, when you place your order with me by Tuesday, April 1st, it'll cost $45 for shipping and everything to get to you, but I'll include a free exclusive embellishment pack as a thank you gift for ordering with me. And then, but if you're a demonstrator or you have another demonstrator and you want to participate, just order your kit through them or yourself and join me and scrapbook with me on the second Thursday. I'm confusing myself with the Tuesday up there, but it'll be on April 10th, will be the next one at 7 p.m. Central. All right. So that's all the house cleaning, I guess, housekeeping. Is that what they call it? Housekeeping. And let me get over here. Awesome. I'm so glad that's working for you, Jackie. All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and change my camera over. We had a little update on the program that I'm using, and I think this is going to work. Let's hope. There we go. All right, so I don't know that, oh, I don't look so straight anymore. Let me see here. Got my keyboard up there, and my um, screen is right there as well. So I think I'm pretty straight and ready to bust a move, I guess. So say hello if you're joining me. Let me know where you're viewing from. I already see some familiar faces. Let me tell you a little bit about tonight's kit. So these are getting more and more like the old Close to My Heart workshop kits that we had. So if you're new here, I'm a former Close to My Heart maker. I was a maker for 25 years, celebrated that back in December of 2023. And then shortly after that, they announced the closure of Close to My Heart. And they worked with Stamping Up to have us transition, those of us that wanted to Stamping Up. And they also brought over some of the Close to My Heart products. And then they've been working on incorporating scrapbooking workshops into the Stamping Up line since about September. So these are actual Stamping Up products now. But the design of these pages especially, I'm loving them because they're reminding me a lot about of how we scrapbooked with Close to My Heart. And of course, the workshop guide is fabulous because it's almost identical to how we did at Close to My Heart. So we have some cutting to do. We have cutting diagrams in here that we will do, and then we'll also have some measurements and placements of the pages. And as I go along, I may do a few little step ups here and there. I do have the Everyday You and Me stamp set that coordinates with this collection of products. And this collection of products actually was only part of the scrapbooking brochure release that happened, I think, at the 1st of February, or was it January? I guess I don't even remember now. I can't keep up with everything. All right, so extra products that you would might want to have on hand to do the technique, which is adding color with blending brushes. You would want a blending brush. You would also want the pecan pie stamp pad and the black Stampin' Right marker. So I have those available too. Now, I just thought about this. I didn't grab any embellishments, but I might look at that. I don't even remember what I did for everybody. I need to maybe look and see here in a second. So let's pull everything out and see what we have. And I need to rearrange a couple of things. By the way, here's a little sneak peek real quick of the Storybook Life. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to set that aside. And if we have time afterwards, we might can look at that a little bit more. And I have some brand new kits that I got in the mail today too that we might look at. All right. So I'm loving this. This is Close to My Heart style, true to Close to My Heart, laser cut cardstock. And these are going to be fun to play with. So that's a little extra bonus in this kit. To create with me, if you have a workshop kit already, you want to make sure you have some space over somewhere that you can make 3 piles for the cutting. And we'll get that started here in just a minute. So let's see what's all in here. You do get You get 2 sheets of each pattern that was in the designer series paper pack. I think the actual designer series paper pack had 4 sheets each. And then these are the patterns on the opposite side. Okay, so some really fun patterns. Now, I already did a scrap and create kit with this 2 weeks ago. So you can go back and check out some more ideas with this collection of papers. Now, these are exclusive to the workshop kit. There's no back to them. That is wild wheat, I believe. And then we've got 2 more that are the gray. I'm not going to try to guess which gray color that is. And then this is fun, and some die cut. I guess it's just one. So we'll punch those out, that scallop. And these are also punch outs that we'll be doing. And then we have some two-tone cardstock. Ooh, goodness. Looks like we have 5 sheets of the pretty peacock. We have a sheet of, is it Lost Lagoon, I believe. You have a full sticker sheet in here too. Check that out. So we'll be using that. You also have some photo place cards. So these are, I'm going to use these tonight because I do not have photos printed again. And one of the reasons is because my printer is acting up. I have a brand new printer, but I decided not to worry Jeff about that until the weekend. And then you have your base that tells you all the details. So we can set that aside and use that for something else later. I'm just going to stick it in one of my totes that I keep all that stuff with. All right, so the very first thing I want to do is get my papers in order of how I'm going to cut them. My goal is to do about 30 minutes per section. So let's see if we can get this done in 30 minutes. All right, so I'm going to start off with the DSP front and back. I'm going to have both of those. It's going to put them in the order. And then I'll go back here to this striped, put that right behind there. We will be using both of them. And then the 2 dots, rain, whatever it is. There's a really cool background on that. And then we want the exclusive paper. That'll be next. So I guess we will be doing a little bit of cutting and layering with that. And then we want a pretty peacock. We want a light side up. I'm putting that behind there. I have to get straight again. And the Lost Lagoon. The light side will be up on that one too. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't like to bend it back and mess up my paper. This one I'm having a hard time tell. I think that's the light side. Hello, Jana. Thanks for joining me. All right, so that's our cutting. So I'm going to set all the rest of this over to the side for the moment. Pull out my paper trimmer. And I debated whether to have this cut ahead of time or not. And I decided since this would be so new to so many Stampin' Up people, that it'd be best just to show you how I would cut my diagram here. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to make piles over to my left for my 3 pages. I'm going to take all these and put them over there. We want our arm out, and I hope my paper doesn't blow away. It was 90 degrees here, I think, y'all, today. And I didn't go outside, so I stayed nice and cool for the most part. But it warmed up in the evening, so I've got the air conditioner on and a fan blowing on me. All right, so let's get started. You do want to just kind of look at the front and the back. The back has a little asterisk, and so if there's an asterisk on these pieces, that means we're going to use that side of it. But I'm going to cut everything this way. So I'm gonna have, I guess, there's kind of yes and no. I There is a direction to this, and it's kind of hard to tell in here. I'm going to make it look like it goes up and down. Just if you look really close at the stars, you can see they're taller this way than width. So I'm going to keep those back there. Okay, our first cut's going to be at 8 inches. So let's get after it. So if you're following along, I may go too fast. You may have to watch the replay. So I'm not going to apologize because I don't have all night. So that's for that's for layout one, piece A. So I'm going to make my first stack over here. And then this piece, we're going to cut right here. So our first cut's going to be at 8. And if you have questions, feel free to ask them and I'll try to answer them when I can. That's going to go to layout number 1 as well. And now this piece is actually a 4x4 piece. So we're going to cut it in half at 2 inches. You can kind of decide if I guess I'll make sure my stars are up the same way. Set that one aside, and then we're going to do 1-inch pieces right here. And there's going to be 4. And it looks like they're all going to be this this side, and all this is going to page 1, layout 1. So you could flip this over if you wanted to. I'm kind of just looking at both areas to make sure I can get a full 4 of these out of, and I'm cutting 1-inch pieces. All right. So now I'm gonna go to the next page. Same thing, I'm gonna just make sure which way and then flip it over this way. And this one is cutting 11.5 by 11.5. So I'm just gonna cut a 1/2 inch off 2 sides, opposite sides. Rotate it 1 time and then cut it at 1/2 inch, 11.5. Now these little pieces, did y'all realize we had no scraps on that one? How cool is that? This one, these are scraps. So you want to make a scrap pile as well. And then it'll be fun to see. This is for layout number 1 as well. It'll be fun to see what we have left to play with to make cards and things like that. So if you're joining me, say hello. I would love to know who's all here. All right, the next one, you want to make sure that your stripe is going horizontal. And we're going to cut at 3.5 inches. This is for layout number 3. And I hope my fan doesn't blow all my stuff away. And then we're going to do a strip down that is 7.5. This is a scrap. Then we're going to rotate it 1 time. And we're going to cut off 1/2 inch or measure it at 11.5. So tell me who has played with these kits before. That's a scrap. And then we're actually going to use this piece on layout number 2. So the stripe on 3B and the floral on 2G. Now, if you want to write those little numbers on somewhere on the back of those pieces, you're welcome to do that. I don't do any of that. And then also here it shows you where your first cut will be. So that'll be important on some of them. All right, so this one's going to be at 5.25 inches. So I got all the way through. And then we're going to cut at 8.5. So rotate it, cut at 8.5. And this is for layout number 3. And then this one, you're going to rotate back and cut it at, let me see, it's 3.25, no, it's 3.5. Oh, there is a little bit down here. So we can go ahead and actually cut a 1/4 inch because it should be 3 1/4. So that's a little scrap, may not be worth keeping. And then you're going to cut it 4 1/4. And this is layout number 1. Is anybody crafting with me or are you just watching? Then we have 3 1/4. We're going to rotate it once and cut it 3 1/4, so a square. And this is for layout number 2. And we're going to do that again for layout number 2. And then this one, you're going to rotate this way and cut 1 1/4. Actually, let's go back. And we're going to cut off a 1/4 inch. So we're at 5 1/4. It's another little piece of scrap. Rotate back again and cut it 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. And then these two pieces go to layout number 2. Now we have this piece left, which is 3 1/2. Needs to be 3 1/4, so we can just cut a long strip off. This piece I would definitely keep because you could use that as a little border on another layout or cards, just that little strip. Now we're going to rotate this and we're going to cut at 4 1/4 and 4 1/4. And these two pieces are using this side, and that is for layout number 1. And then this is the scrap. Okay, now we're already down to, ooh, what are you doing in Utah? Because you're in Idaho. What kind of drive is that? That's what I'm curious about. All right, so we've got 3 1/4 and 3 1/4. So it's easiest just to measure over here. I'll do that twice. All right, and those are for 3, layout number 3. And then this piece is going to be a 10 by 10. So we're going to cut off, I think, about a 1/2 inch. So that can go in your scraps. Then rotate it once right here, and we're going to measure it 10 inches again. This is a nice scrap. And then we're going to use the back side. And this is layout number 2. Let me put that underneath there. All right, and that's it on that one. Now we need the next one. And we're going to cut at 5. And then cut at 7. So 5 by 7. And this is on layout number 2. That's a scrap. And then the piece we have remaining, we're going to cut 7 by 7. So it's already 7. So we can do, I'm going to look at I don't know that it matters. We end up with this as our scrap. So that's that'd be pretty for our card base. All right. And then we have 2, layout number 2. Oh, cool. Well, safe travels, praying for that, and that you have a wonderful time with your children. All right, so next we will take this piece and we're going to cut it down. It doesn't have a back, so it doesn't matter and it's a random look, so it doesn't matter which way you turn it. We're going to cut it at 11.5 by 11.5. So cut off 1/2 inch. That's a scrap. Rotate it one time and cut at 11.5 again. That's a scrap. This is goes to 2A is what this one is. There's some big pieces of paper on these patterns. All right, and then this one, we're gonna just cut off 4 inches. So you're gonna have this whole scrap to play with. So I'm gonna put that in my pile and we'll look in a minute all we have left over. So there's a sneak peek already. Okay, I think that'll work right there. And we need to cut this down to 11.5. And this piece goes to 2F, or it's 2F. Okay, now we need our pretty peacock. We're almost done cutting. We want the light side up. And we're going to cut it. So these are going to be our mats. I can already tell. So that's at 4 1/4. We're going to do 3 1/4, 3 1/4, and 3 1/4. And then this is a scrap. These go to number 1, layout number 1, and then a 4 1/4 again. This is a scrap. Yay! And then 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/4. So these will be for our 3x4 photos. That's a scrap. All right, so all of these go for layout number 1. Now we need our Lost Lagoon two-toned cardstock. And I don't know if I did that. It's a little bent up, so I'm going to put it over here so I'm not using it. These are going to be for our 4x6 photos. So we're going to cut this at 6 1/4. That's interesting. We'll see if that's really correct. Because we have 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and then this last piece is going to be 3 1/4, 1/4. And all of those go to layout number 3. Oh, I'm intrigued now because I guess we don't have mats for layout number 2, it looks like. All right, so let's check out. That's all our cutting. I'm going to put that away and show you what we have. I have some really good pieces. Lots of little pieces there, but you've got some of that left, just a little bit. You've got a lot of this left. Okay. And then that pretty exclusive pattern right there. And you can make cards or a whole nother layout with this pile right here. All right, I'm going to put that away. Now we're ready to create. So we've got this cool page, the left page. I'm going to do them together, I think. Well, we'll do one at a time, but we will be using, it'll tell us, I think. Yeah, Pretty Peacock bases. And this is how you can see the light side, dark side, and the light side. I think they said it was 25% lighter. All right, so let's put these pieces down. Now, I won't be able to cut the centers out of these the way the paper is going on here. And these are a little different than if you watch me during the week at 10 a.m. Central Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or at least Monday and Wednesday when I do the scrapbooking. Whoops, y'all, I did that wrong. Supposed to do the light side. But I cut it. See, these are removable, so they just come right off super easy. So let's try that again. Anyhow, I use a lot of white cardstock, but I think I'm gonna like these pages just fine. And I'm just going to put them on my Versamats. If you have a mat of some kind. All right, so put it on the dark side, Pamela. I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up, a heart, share the video. If maybe you have friends that scrapbook. Whoops, I didn't get that one squished down. Was it that side? Yeah. Okay, let's go. All right, so we have these pieces right here. And it looks like this one is going to go on this side. This is interesting. I wouldn't have done it this way, but I think they're doing it like this. Personally, I would have cut, and I might cut those out. So that might be something a little, let me look at the other side just to make sure before I mess something up. Those go all there. Then we're gonna have a little pieces and embellishing. And then let me look at the other page. Yep. And then this one's gonna go down right there. Now, if you wanna, my goal is to show you how to make the pages. Maybe add a few little extra, like to bump it up. So we might pull out some, I need some regular adhesive. Whoops. Pull out some embellishments. I'll have to go back and look and see what I did for this one, or what my plan was. I didn't put it in my tote, I don't think. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay this one. Normally, I would cut the center out. I would gut it out so I'd have that extra cardstock, but I'm not gonna take the time to do that. And I probably won't do this, but I'll just tell you what you know what? Yeah, I am gonna do it. Because this kind of irks me. Let me go back to, I'm just looking at, okay, there's those pieces. I know what those are going to be used for. So here's a tip. Instead of wasting that piece of 4-inch paper right there, one second. Hey, Lynn, I just had to scroll down from Australia. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to cut, I think that's 4 inches. I'm just going to double check. Yeah. So I'm going to do 4 inches and 4 inches. And then this can go in my scrap pile. So I'm kind of curious why they did that, why they designed it that way. So we're going to start piecing this together. Piecing. There's my Texas accent coming in. Okay, oops. Putting it right on the, and then this one should set right in there. Okay. Now I might move this over a little bit because that would be the only reason, but I should have butted up like this. And then let me see and if I had to trim off just a tiny bit over on the right, I could. There we go. That's how I would scrapbook it. Okay. And I might even do it on a piece of white cardstock and then only have this strip, which would be a 4x12. So there's a tip for you as well. All right, so we've got these. We need our, we find them. photo place cards. I want to use them. I like to just barely put some adhesive on it. And then when I'm ready to put my photos on, I can pop these off pretty easily and put my actual photos on. So I'm gonna have to spend, we may have to do a live one night just getting pictures and journaling on these pages that I'm doing because I don't like doing pages without the pictures. All right. So from here, most of everything's going to be stickers, I believe. So we got a plotter sticker sheet. Remember, we also have, I think, let me find it. Yeah, we have a full punch out sheet where that's where the title is. So let's pop it out. All right, there's that. Let me see if there's maybe, yeah, I think it's going to be one of these two. It's going to be this direction. Let me move over here. It's going to be down here. We have a punch out there. Looks like a sticker. Um, we're going to do these three under here. So why don't we get our pieces down? And I'm going to stop for a minute, add color to the die cut pieces with pecan pie ink and a blending brush. Rub a blending brush on the ink pad. I know how to do that. I'll show y'all. Start light and keep adding. So the die cut pieces, we'll pull those out here in a minute. I think there's maybe two pieces to do, but right now we'll just get the stickers and everything else down. Okay, it does tell us to adhere this 1.5 inches down. I'm going to start over here because I can kind of see right there. And what's nice about the gingham is that it helps you line it up. And then I can do the exact same thing over here. 1.5 and centered on this piece. And then I like to do the middle one right here. All right, so now tell me who does like weekend crops or retreats. I would love to know that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is this piece. Ooh, this is, I thought it was two pieces, but it's one nice thick sticker because these kits would be fabulous to use. Now, this one does not tell me exactly where to put it, so I'm going to have to guess. Whoopsie daisy. You want to be careful. Okay. I'm going to say 1.25 inches up. That's about what it looks like. And then this piece, you could pop this up with some foam tape or this Stampin' Dimensionals. But we're going to keep it simple for the most part tonight. I was looking to see if there's anything else I could do with the so let's look at this real quick. Kind of look at some of the dots in here. You could do some, I don't think there's really a border. There's that. Don't know if I could use the leaves. That would be kind of cool. Um, so what I'm thinking is like you could do tone on tone if you had the pretty peacock ink, if you wanted to random stamp down here and add some depth. Since I've already put things down, I probably won't do that, but that's an idea. So maybe I'll think about doing that on another page. And then yeah, I'm just kind of looking. You have dies here, so you could cut and die. I don't think I want to do that because that'll take too much time. But let's just layer this down. It tells you project one here, so that's helpful. So if you flip this over, it'll tell you what projects these pieces go on. So if you wanted to punch them out and put them in your stacks, that would be awesome. All right, so 6 inches and about centered. It's pretty close. And then I think we're going to have some of those pieces. So if you didn't have the extra product, the extra supplies, you would just use these just as is. So I think that's the one that they're showing, only I think it's this one, just has 3 leaves. So I have it like over here, and then it looks like they're doing, it's kind of hard to tell what size. That looks a little too big. So maybe it's the smaller one right here. We may have to look at the other items. And then let me see what else is in here real quick. Can't tell what look at all I think it's this right here. Okay, things might get loud in the background. Sounds like Jeff and Kyle are home, but they know I'm live, so I think it's that piece. And I think that's it. All right, we'll just hold those over here. This is going to go down here. Let's get our stickers right here down first. We're going to do all 3 of these. So we're going to do the stripe. Let's do the middle one first, which is the wild wheat. So like right down the center. This one goes next to it. And then the stripe one goes right here. And then I think this sticker right here. Hello, Joe. Thanks for joining me and saying hello. Um, so we've got this one. We can go ahead and tack this one down. And it's going to go right about there. We could use some foam. Um, what are those things called? Stamping dimensionals. You wanted to. Now here's a tip. If you're new to scrapbooking and working with these kits for the first time, I found this on Amazon. You could also get our embossing toolkit, and it comes with this powder anti-static pouch. That's kind of what this is too. It's just got powder in it, and I'm going to put it on the back of the sticker after I put my dimensional element, stamping dimensional. I'm still saying stamping, or whatever I said. Dimensional elements are an old, close to my heart product. I keep doing that, and it's been like 9 months, y'all. All right, there's that, and then we've got some kind of like washi tape that we're gonna do. Embossing buddy, is that what they call it? Thank you. I'm still just using terms that I learned with close to my heart. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay this down over that, even though I don't have the photo, but I'm going to just try to do it gently so that I can lift it up, hopefully fairly easily. And then there's this little sticker here. Again, you could do a stamping dimensional on there if you wanted to add some depth to your page, which I do like to do. And it just goes right there. There is this piece that's going to go right down in here. And this piece over here. And then there's a couple of, I think, stickers. We have happiness and pure sweetness. I'm looking, I think that's about it. And then I'll show you how to put or do the blending. And then this one goes about right there. All right, so we haven't really done anything new and special yet. And I don't know what we have to do. Let me see what I got because we're going to do some blending. So I've got my silicone mat here. And we're going to put some, I really like it with the gray, but let's do the technique. So we have, they just recommended lightly going over this with the pecan pie. Hello from the Netherlands. I'm not going to try to say your name because I don't want to mess it up. But welcome. And then just put however much you want on there. You want to be careful swirling it around is not to bend and tear, but see, it does change the color, so it's kind of cool. I actually like that. Wasn't sure about that. All right, so get some color. This one again, I'm gonna kind of try to be careful swirling. 'Cause I'm afraid I'll either tear it or bend it. I like that. And then you'll just take some adhesive and you can run it down the back. I'm just going to tuck it right down in there and layer it over top of that. This one we can go ahead and put down. And then maybe do this one a little bit more. So you could just, yeah, it bounces away. That's fine, that's plenty. If you want it darker, do it whatever color you want. And I was kind of looking, I don't, it kind of looks like something's behind it, but I was gonna look and see if there was a solid one. There are a few kind of little solid ones, but I'm not sure if that goes with it. Let me look and see. And there's these right here. Just gonna look and see if it fits. It would be like this, maybe. Like that. No, well, I mean, it kind of does, but I don't know that that's really what it's for. So I'm just gonna do it like this. Because in the picture, it does kind of look like something's behind it, but oh well. All right, so here's our page. I think I got everything. So let's move over to the second page. Put that away for a minute. I'm sure there's more we'll do with that. And this is a fun one. Okay, so we're gonna do these are landscape and not portrait, so that's the only we used to have close to my heart. We used to do it on the front and the back. So they'll just be sideways. And then just that and that. Okay, that's going underneath there. So these are going to go underneath the photos. I think we have one more photo. Let me get these out of the way. So kind of a zigzag. And then these are going to go down each one of these to make it look like there's a strip going all the way down. So they did that, but they didn't do that over here. That's interesting. Okay, so let's start with getting these. Just put a little bit of adhesive on the, and I could flip them over the other way, I guess, but I'll just do this. These pages are going to be really cute just the way they are. So I don't know that I'll change them up much. All right, so it does tell us we'll start with these over here. Maybe I'll start with this. And we go 2¼ over, 2¼ right there, I think. And then we can layer these down. And we're going to build up some stuff on there. So I think, let me look. I don't know if we are going to overlap them. So this is going to go 5/8 of an inch down and 1¼ over. 1¼ So it's about on that stripe right there. And then we're just going to have to guesstimate this right here. So I'm going to lay it down lightly. I am overlapping a little bit. And this would have been easier now if it was just one full strip. We'll just butt that one up right there, and then we'll overlap it a little bit too. Just try to make it like all the way. If you have a T-ruler or something, you could use that. I'm going to work from the bottom and go up so I can center that. 2¼ It's like that's easy enough. Let's see if this is the same. Yep, about 5/8 of an inch and 1¼ It's not really centered. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like in there. And then I'm going to put this down. All right, so that is such a lovely set of papers. The colors match our 4 fur babies. What about a 12x12 album? Good question. They just released the new catalog from Stamping Up to Stamping Up demonstrators, but I haven't heard about that yet. I did hear about scrapbooking, new scrapbooking products won't be available till May, so we may not know until May. Now, I think we do have 12x12 page protectors. We just we don't know about the albums yet, but they're on their way. There will be some albums. All right, so now this one is 2¾ inches from this one. Ooh, that's gonna be fun to figure out. Okay, so 1 inch, 2 inch. I said 2¾ inch. So it's 7. Okay, I think that's where it's supposed to be. I'll just do that one up here too. And then we can do these. Gonna be closer. It says to put it, oh, that's like really close. Not sure if that's me. Look, it doesn't seem so accurate, the measurements. So give me a second. 1 1/4, 1 1/4. I think my problem is, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna modify this a little bit. And I'm just gonna do the same over here so that these are the same width apart. So this is 2 1/4 from, so it'll go right here. So here I'm modifying it because their measurements are going from, I was going from the cardstock edge, and I think their measurements are going from the pattern, the DSP edge. So we're going to just, so I don't have to lift everything up. There's no reason we can't just do it like this. All right, now this one will just kind of be centered on this. If you wanna pull that over, you're welcome to, but I think it's gonna look just fine. I might, because this isn't really centered and didn't even look centered on that. I mean, it did a little bit, but all right, I'm gonna go down about right there. Again, the plaid or the gingham, it's nice about it. It helps you position your stuff where you need it to be. And then this piece centered, I'm just eyeballing it. Looks pretty good. And then this one, we'll just go down over top of it like this. All right, let me look at something real quick. How are we doing? We're doing good on, yeah, I think we're doing good on time. Just got to wrap it up in the next 4 minutes. All right, ish. Okay, let's see what stickers and pieces we need. Uh-oh, there we go. Already punched out a few. All right. So I think maybe some of these did have backs. Let me look at this one. And one that matches that. I think it's this one. So you could layer it over the top. Now that looks good. And then there's a fairly good size heart. I think it's this one that goes over here. And that may be it on those. So we'll do those at the end. We'll color those. Now let's look and see what else do we have on here that's anything else from one, this one, or layout number 1. This is number 1. And this is number 1. And I think that's it. We want this for our journaling, along with nothing but smiles. That's gonna go right here. Center it. And then this just goes over the top up here. Is it? It's about right there, I think. You could pop that up with mini Stampin' Dimensionals if you wanted to. I think there is one more little heart that goes right here. So those are going to go there. And then we have, whoops, that's going to go right over here. Then we have this scallop piece that's going to go down right here. Oh, I'm going to leave it like it is, but it actually has the opposite side of the paper up. I'm just going to leave it so that I could say I did alter it a little bit. Haha. All right, and then this one we're just going to center in here. And we want this piece. I think I am going to put this, pop this one up. Looks like it would be a good one. Again, if you wanted to do, I already forgot what someone told me that was called. The embossing buddy. Is that what that is? Embossing buddy? All right. And then this goes right around here inside that area if you want it to. And then best of times, can pop that up, pop that off, and just put it right there. I'm trying to, didn't I put one of these down already over here? I did. So there's one that goes here. I think we may have an extra, or maybe that other one wasn't for project number one. So maybe this one will go on another page. Yeah, we'll save this one. And this is going to go down right here. And then another strip. Together we have it all. So what was the title? All of Us Together. So this would be fun for the family. Cerise could take pictures this weekend while she's visiting her kids and then scrapbook them. Let's see, do I have a, it's actually the pretty peacock. This would be a good one to pop up. And if I don't have very much room around there, I won't worry about putting the powder on it because it probably won't get squished down. Then there's a special day right here. Oopsie daisy. There we go. And that one's going to go right here. All right, so now we just, I think all we have left to do is do our sponging so it all kind of coordinates. I'm going to pick up a lot of ink and do a lot of ink on this bottom layer. Yeah, and just kind of pouncing it on there seems to get color on it pretty good. So this is nice. So if you wanted to have multi-colors, first I was thinking, well, why wouldn't you just do this in, cut this in pecan pie chipboard? But maybe they didn't have that color chipboard. But it coordinates well. This one's going to be a little bit lighter, so you can kind of see the contrast. Oh, and then we want to do these two. I'm going to have messy fingers already, inky fingers. Let them sit there for a second. Okay. So you have to be careful with these. All right, let's put a little adhesive. tuck it up under right here. And just make sure you're going the right direction. Get a little bit more adhesive and layer that one on top. And you could have layered it. You could have done it before you put it under here. Okay. I don't know if it's sticking very well. You may have to get some glue dots because the ink may be wet still. Maybe I'll come back and do that in a minute. It's trying to stick on that wet ink. And I'm just going to put this one here. All right, so I'm going to take 1 second and look and see what. All right, now I know what I did. Let me see here. Give me a second while I look at my embellishments. They're probably in my tote. We're going to take a little break because this is pretty much done. Let me see what I've got in my box here. I have some extras of those somewhere. Forget what they're called. They're little kind of brassy looking. I don't know that I have extras. So these were my projects real quick that I made 2 weeks ago. There's the scrapbook page, 2-page layout. And then here's a single page that I made. But these are the little embellishments I was thinking I would use. But I can't find them right now. Goes down, no. Let me flip through here real quick and see if I have them. Thought I had another package, but maybe not. So we may not have embellishments. I was going to look one more. Oh, I'm going to grab these because I might just use those since I have them handy. And they'll look nice since we did these. So just add a few embellishments of some kind that coordinate. And yep, I like that. These are the pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots. Oh, Pumpkin's coming up to visit, maybe. They have been so quiet, the animals have the last 2 days. Not sure why. Now, I know why he has, because he's been out catting around at night. And there, okay. I like that. What do you think? Yay, Charisse. All right. Page number 1 done. So let's get these out of the way and move on to pages layout number 2. So my goal is to be done by 9. So about 30 minutes to cut, 30 minutes or to intro and cut, and 30 minutes per layout. Of course, don't forget, I mean, you could make it go this way, then all your stuff is. So just remember, you can rotate them, and change your pictures up or your, um, turn everything this way as well. But I like the photos are going to be landscape. on this side, and I'm gonna have to, I'll tack that down. I kind of like it off center. All right, so photo placeholders for the next page. I need a 4x6, and Mr. Pumpkin is laying on my papers. So there's that one. And then the other page will be 1, 2, just, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think those are 4 photos, 4 3x3s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these should be for page number 3, layout number 3. We're going to use bases again from the Peacock, Pretty Peacock, I think. Yeah. Light side. I'm going to put this down with my removable glue dots. Just one in each opposite corner. We'll just keep that piece of cardstock down so I can work and it doesn't move around. Everything's adhered down. Okay, there we go. This piece is going to go over here. Ooh, and then this piece is going to go, I think, somewhat like that. It's a lot of wasted paper, but we already have a pretty good piece of that scrap. There's another piece. This one. So this is a lot of paper layering. I think they go like that. Then what is that? Oh, there is. I'm going to punch out my pieces real quick for number 2, project 2. And that. Let's just punch them out this way. 2. You could do this ahead of time, again, if you wanted to, and have them already in your piles. Our happy place, I love that. All right, and then all those are for 3. All right, so let's start layering stuff down. Nice large background. So what would you scrapbook with the title Our Happy Place? Would it be your home or a place you go on vacation? I would love to know. And then we'll do this. The first thing I thought of was our favorite restaurant down on Main Street called Hondo's. Now, I'm not going to do it because I don't have the time, but I would probably, normally, I would gut this cardstock out. I would cut out, maybe have a 3/4 inch border, and then I could take that piece and layer it behind here so it has like 4 layers. Because it would pop that piece off really awesome. But I'm not going to do that today. That's a suggestion. Okay, this piece, it tells me it's going to go 2 3/8 inches, so about right there, and 1.5 inches from this piece, I think. So we're at 1 inch, so about 2.5. And then what did I say? 2 3/8 inches. Oh, from the full edge to about right there. Doesn't have to be exact. Just get it in the general area. And then is that the only piece of that? I think it looks shorter. I don't know if it goes that way underneath. I'm going to leave it there for a minute and see what that is all about. Those are all squares. Adhesive on the floral side and put these down a little bit. I'm going to turn it around and put that heavy color down toward the bottom. I can do that on both of those. And then this piece is supposed to go right here. A bit higher. Just gonna have a little space right there. And then yeah, I guess it goes like that. So I don't know why it's such a big piece. Make sure I don't cut it or anything. So I'm gonna cut this in half. It's a, I'm just gonna do a 3-inch piece. Yeah, what is it? Okay, I think that's about half. Okay. And then I think this other piece is a scrap. I'm gonna put it in my scrap pile, whatever. There it is. Put some adhesive. And then it overlaps right here. And let me let Lady out. Oh, all right. So is anyone scrapping tonight? Creating or card making? Let's see what all my pieces are. This is gonna go right over here. This is gonna go underneath there, I think. And trying to tell what, okay, there's this. There's some stickers. I'm gonna do this one right up here. It's on this piece. That down, and then we'll do this banner. I like this. Okay. I'm gonna put this down because it's goes underneath about right there. And then I think I'm gonna pop this up. So since it's the title, my eyes are burning. All right, so how's everybody doing? Heather is sorting photos and planning layouts for a crop tomorrow. Cool. I'm gonna put it about right over a little bit right there. And then it looks like this chipboard piece. So I want to be careful popping these out. I think it's going to kind of go right over here somewhere. And then there's another big, maybe is that the one that no, let me look. I think it's just this one. I'm going to have a tag right over here. Okay, stickers. We got this sticker. I'm gonna have to pop it up since I popped up that title. Bottom, I'm just barely going to put like 3, maybe 4, just not up all the way. That might have been a little excessive, but this one can go. All right, I'm gonna leave this one instead of doing the sponging. I'm gonna leave it like that just for time's sake, this layout. And then I'll have kind of a variety and they're not all pecan pie. Okay, this one could go like right about, oops, I don't want to cover up the title. And then there's this rounded one. I'm going to lay it flat so I can journal on it. It's going to go right about. Oh, I need to get my photo down real quick before I do that. Where's my 4x6 photo? Again, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive so I can pop this off pretty easily. And if you wanted to, I think I will put a little bit of powder right here so it doesn't stick all the way down to my photo and I can overlap it just a little bit, like right there. See, I like this, like right here. Okay. Then this, I think there's leaves behind there. Sometimes these are hard to tell. Let me see what we got. I think they're like this. I guess you could do, they're close together, so I'm just going to go do those two. And I'm just going to put glue on the back of that. Now, in the sample, they did do the coloring on there. So, but I like it like that too. And there's a big one of these, a big one of these. Okay, I'm gonna pop that up. Does anybody notice my gigantic sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals? These came out of this, I think the past month's paper pumpkin. And then this is going right here. Dream. Oh, there's a pretty, look at that pretty banner right here. I'm gonna do that right down here. And I'm gonna pop this one up. They're showing it going under that, I think, but I like it. I think I'm gonna put it up over and overlap just a smidge. All right, so let's do like right there. I like that. And I'm just gonna look and double check, but I think that's all. Okay. And then we'll come back and do embellishments here in a minute. I'm just gonna move everything over here to this side. And we can do page 2 on layout number 2. I like this. I don't ever think to do this. Whoops. I'm going to lose that. There we go. I like that. So And the way I'm doing my scrap and create kits for the week for my weekly lives, I am only doing in my kits, I'm putting 6 by 12 pieces if it's a 12 by 12 pack. And then if it's a 6 by 6 pack, then I do 6 by 6 sheets, like 12 6 by 6. On the designer series, on the 12 by 12s, I do 6 6 by 12 pieces. All right, love that. There's another, ooh, there's another big border sticker right here. I'm kind of liking these like this. And it's going to go down here. And it shows it's cut off, but I'm going to just stick it down at 1 inch. I'm going to go border to border just to make it simple. But you could trim it off right here, like trim off a 1/2 inch. Enjoying the moment. So, okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's get our other pieces of designer series paper on here. Is it just these two? I think. So I'm doing like this. I think those go right there. Okay, and then we'll build up. Says this, we'll start down here, go up 3 inches from the bottom. So right here, I guess we'll about center that. And we can do this one. And it's about 1/2 inch away right here. And then this piece is going to center and think, yeah, right there. I think it should have, let me see if I can get it up. I should have done the, yeah, it's gonna come up fairly easily. Okay, there. So it matches this. And our 4 photos, I think, just go right in here in this square. I'm gonna lightly tap them down because I may want to come in even a little further. Let me see. Well, got to get these in too to see if that will work. It's a little high, so don't know that it matters too much. I'm gonna go down, start here. I'm gonna bring those others over a little bit or down a little bit. All right, that looks a little bit more centered. Okay, and then we need our enjoy the moment. I'm gonna pop this one up. I'll do one. Might as well. All right, how's everybody doing? I appreciate everyone that has liked this because it helps the algorithm. When you comment and like, it'll push it out to more people. So I appreciate that very much. All right, and then we have this little flower that we're just going to, I think I'm going to put a dot on it if I can find them. So this is how you can kind of step up your pages. You can see the the depth in your pages when you use the stamping dimensionals. Okay, that one's going to go up there. And then we have this piece. I'll go ahead and put it down. So this is just a more beginner friendly style. Trying to see where everything kind of goes. That goes over here. What else do I have left over? Not that. Let me clean up my little pieces over here real quick, or they'll be everywhere. We need, let me move this out of the way. We need, how many leaves is that? One, four leaves. I think it's this one right here. It's gonna go over here. And then a pretty, I feel like I used it already. Let me see what that one is. Maybe that's multiple ones. I think it's multiple ones that are gonna go over here. Because I can't, let me look. Oh, it might be this. Actually, I think it's this one. This one has like little berries on it. So we'll set that aside in my stash. Yeah, and can't wait to see what we're gonna have left with that. Okay, so it's gonna go somewhere like that. And then we have, that's interesting, that one. And we're gonna use this one and things to remember. Yeah, I'll probably scrapbook about going to Hondo's, our favorite dinner place restaurant on Main Street here in Fredericksburg, Texas. I'll put some adhesive just a little bit on the back, and then we can put it right in here. And then there's this one. They have it tilted over like that. Not sure that I'm crazy about that. So I think I'm gonna put some foam. We need some in the bottom. I don't like it tilted, so I'm going to do mine kind of like this, I think. Okay, and this goes, need to work on this cluster down here. About right here. This can have a stamping dimensional behind it. Whoops, I got two on there. Let's see if I can pull that off. This goes up here, so just like a little, and I'll put this other one on the back of this one. This little mini floral circle. And we'll do it right here. And then this goes right back here. I have another circle somewhere. It must be it must be this one. And since the chipboard is on there, I'm going to put dimensionals on this. I think I'm going to move this over a little bit closer. I can get it up. Yeah, do it more like this needs to be kind of centered closely. There we go. That'll work. All right, I think that is all the pieces. So let's add a few. We can do the white, the pearl. Clear is what it's called. I would do it in this big cluster over here. Okay, just a couple is all it really takes. I think it's time to squeeze out some more of the putty. And where should do I want that? I'm doing one big and two little ones. I'll do one up here. And then how about one right down here? Now, if you wanted to put some elsewhere, you could. I like to do zigzags, but this isn't a very big cluster over here. So I think I'll just leave them like that in those bigger clusters right there. So I put some over here. It doesn't really have a zigzag. So it'll just be across. But do whatever pleases you. All right, there's layout number 2. Oh, good. I love it. I did not do all the, I did my Paper Pumpkin Creatives Design Team project with the February Paper Pumpkin, which I think I just did a card. And then I did do a layout because I'm starting a new series on last Thursday. So the first Thursday of the month, I'm going to be sharing Restoring Joy Through Creativity. It's a new series on YouTube. And I'm using the paper pumpkins to create a 12 by 12 scrapbook page. I'm going to have those recorded and then loaded up at 7 p.m. on the first Thursday of every month. So that's what I've done with that collection so far. And then, so I have a bunch of those dimensionals left over. All right, so there's layout number 2. I love these. I love this paper packet. All right, let me keep my pages together. All right, now this one's going to be fun because it has that big die cut. And this is why it's reminding me so much of close to my heart's projects. Okay, I see what they're doing. Okay. Ooh, the wild wheat. That is a retiring color, y'all. So make sure you get the cardstock, the ink pads, the Stampin' Blends. Okay, so there's tells you project 3. We're going to use both of these pieces. So this is very similar. It probably is one of close to my heart's old Cricut cuts from like the art philosophy cartridge from years and years ago. That's what it reminds me of. Come on, lady. Okay, so let's put down, oops, start off by putting these down. These are our bases. Don't know that there's really a right or wrong way to put them down. And I'm liking this one. Oh, now my daughter's home. Hey, I'm live right now. So, oh, watch out. Okay. Now everybody's home. We just have one more to go, so that's good. All right, so I'll put this one down. What's this paper? The wild wheat has grown on me. So there's twine, I think is what they call it, that's available in all the colors, the stamping blends, ink pads. There's even 6x6 designer series paper. So, and I'm going to be using the in colors. The 23, 25 in colors are retiring. And when some things are already low on um, inventory, so you'll want to grab those. I'm going to use all the colors in my weekly scrap and create kit in 2 weeks, I think. Trying to, yeah, I think I have to wait for 2 weeks because I'm waiting on something I think to show up. So I've ordered cardstock and embellishments so that I can create my kits. All right, so let's get busy and get this done. J just an idea. You could sponge the edges of these if you wanted to add some extra dimension to it. Since your extra supplies are the pecan pie ink pad and the blending brush. So just a suggestion. If you want to antique these up a little bit, this wild wheat kind of gives me that 70s vibe and kind of an antique vibe. All right, so this is just going to layer right over the top of this piece. So just find one corner and get it straight and then come across. And then the rest of it should lay down just fine. So there you've got a pretty wild wheat scallop. And then this one, let me just make sure. I'll go ahead and put it down. Yep, because we're just going to build on top of it. So I'm going to put some adhesive in some different places in the corners. And then center 6, 6. Should be pretty easy to get centered. I think we're pretty good there. So how cool is that? So if you wanted to recreate this, you can find a pattern similar to this or this exact pattern on the Cricut Design Space and just cut out your pattern paper, your DSP, and then do it like that. And you're using one sheet on that. And I love this pattern back here because it looks like it's sanded. So that's cool. All right, where are my pieces? Let me get the rest. Let me go ahead and punch out all of these. Everything that's left should be what we're going to use on this one. I was going to look and see 3, 3. So that one still says project 1. Maybe I used a 3 on project 1. I just grabbed one. I didn't even pay attention when I did the layout 1. Right, and then we got these big, ooh, these are gonna have some big daisies. I like that. That goes along with that 70s theme too. Maybe you want a scrapbook. What's the title gonna be? You and Me. You could scrapbook anything, but if you really wanted to go with the theme, you could um, do a 70s page about your mom and you or your dad and you. Or depending on how old you are, It might be you and your significant other. All right, so that's done. I can throw that away. And I'm going to throw this in here because I think it's going to go with that. Let me get all my pieces. All right, here we go. I think this is going to go like all the way across. I love that. And we're going to have a 4x4 or 4x6, I'm sorry. And that's why that piece was like that, because we can put, I think, two 3x3s in there. Yes, these will go over here, I think. The rest is just stickers and embellishments. All right, so let's get this down. I know. I love using the kits. I wasn't sure about Paper Pumpkin, but I love using them for, let's see, 1.5 inches from the bottom for making scrapbook pages. I love all the kits for that reason. So I've been really impressed with Stampin' Up's kits. And I like to make the cards, but I really like to just be creative and use them in different ways. So if you don't have a Paper Pumpkin subscription yet or a demonstrator, I would love you to sign up under me as a for Paper Pumpkin because I'm part of the Paper Pumpkin creative design team. And so the one that just ended for ordering, the March 2025, so it's shipped and on the way. Once we get them, we create a special project. There's 14 of us on the team, and we make cards, fun folds, 3D items, scrapbook pages, scrapbook layouts. And then Rachel puts together a PDF of all our projects together because we each have to make a PDF for our project. And on April 1st, so the first of the next month is when they go live. And we are selling our PDF files now. So I have PDF files available for September through February. So I do have links in my other videos. Guess I got makeup on that. I don't know. There's a little adhesive over there. Okay, that's going to tell you to put this 2 inches in, 2 inches from the top. I'm about right there. And then this one, if you want to, if you subscribe through me, then you'll get the PDF for free every month. I'll email it to you on the first of the following month. So March's will be April 1st. So that's a great perk. All right, so there's You and Me is our title. And we're going to do one of these. Let me see what I've got. See how they're different orientations. I'm going to take this one and put it down first. I think I'm going to put this down with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I think we're going to go right about there. Since I have all those Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm going to use them. At least I think I am. What did I do with them? There they are. And this is another one where I will probably put some powder. Normally I would use like foam tape, but I'll just use the stamping dimensionals. And then maybe I like this because I can just kind of brush it around. And this is just one I got off of Amazon. I'm just trying to get most of the sticky off. So you want to do this before you pull the backing off of your stamping dimensionals so that you don't take the sticky off of them. And this title is going to go right down here, centered, approximately right there. And then we have like the big, I think that's the biggest one. This one's going to go over here. Then do the next size. Are those both the same? Those are both the same. So it's probably this one I punched out earlier. And then probably this. Gonna go right down here. And we have a sticker, another sticker I need to grab, and I think that's it. Can't get it up. There we go. And then the sticker is this one right here. So I think, well, I don't know, that may be on the next page. I haven't looked at it yet. So maybe one stamping dimensional down here in the corner. I'm gonna put it like right there. Let's stick that like right in there. That'll work. And then we'll put these down. Again, you could color these with your pecan pie ink if you want to. I'm just choosing to make them go a little faster. Okay, I'm going to tuck it under, or just barely touching there. All right, I think that one's done. That was fast. And then this one, ooh, okay. Set these over here, and this piece goes down right here in the center. All right, so let's see if we can just get it centered. And straight-ish. Hey, Ruth, just saw you. So I'm curious if you just came across my live or is anyone signed up for my email? Because I did send out an email today. I don't do well with that all the time, but I did remember to do it to remind everybody. Oh, and I started a new broadcast channel on my Instagram. So we're going to have fun with that. Trying to see. Doesn't really show. Okay, 2.5 inches down, all the way from the top. So about right there. Okay, and then 3 3/4 inches. 1, 2, 3, about. So not quite centered. Yeah, not quite centered, I don't think. I think right there will work. And then we got some stickers to bring in. Let's do loving this. We're going to tuck it up underneath here. Like a tab. And then we need, I think, something like this. And this one looks like, let's see what else there is. I think it's gonna be this one down here with this, something like that. And then what we got, do I have one extra? I just think I have an extra one. I think that's what it was. I don't think I missed a flower. So we'll just set that over here in my stash. That'll go in my scraps and that'll work great on a card. And then these big daisies. Let's do one like right here. I think the bigger one is right there. And then this one is here. And then we do have another big sticker right here today. And it's supposed to go, I'm going to move this over. It's supposed to go over here, and I'm going to pop it up. Now you can write on it, so I want to be careful. I could use some of my clear label sheet. I think that's what I'll do to print out whatever it is I want to put on here. And then I can just do a little strip of clear label. I don't know why I'm trying to be so uniform on this one. I guess I need some up there too. I'll hold it up. That was a lot. But we're almost done. Three 2-page layouts in 2 hours. Well, that's sweet of you to say, Heather. All right. So about right there, kind of at an angle. And we love our scrapbooking. Now, I have really loved doing fun fold cards because I only made a few over all those years of being with Close to My Heart. Made lots of cards, just not many fun folds. I actually did some fun folds. I remember doing like a workshop for a convention one year. I taught and did like 5 fun fold cards, and that was way out of my comfort zone. But it was fun. But now I love them. That's why I do Fridays. I love my Feel Good Fridays, where I do 2 fun fold cards every Friday. Okay, we're just gonna put it down, but then I'm just gonna kind of lay that one over top right there. And then we've got this piece, and there's a few little dots here that like this one goes. I'm trying to see if it's going to go like right in the middle. So I guess these are going to have to go either straight down or I have to pop them up. Let me get this in there too. Just going to put that over top of that. And we'll kind of cover that stem up. Y'all, I'm getting hungry. I gotta eat some leftovers when I'm done here. Lady. So it just goes right there. I just popped that one up. And then this one goes in there. And let the dog out again. Come on. Uh-oh, Pumpkin's ready to go out for the night, I guess. He'll probably start meowing here in a minute. He has a big, loud meow. Is that right? I think so. So it's got a little white around it. And then let me do the adhesive over here off the edge. And this one overlaps a little bit. And then it uses this wild wheat heart. I think we're almost done. Let me double check. There's a little heart, like a little bitty one of these little ones over here. And I think that's it. And then we'll put our embellishments. So we have story of the day, and then I guess just this one, My Happy Place, that you can use on another scrapbook page. And embellishments. I'm going to do the pecan pie ones this time. I guess that's okay there. And then let me see. I think I'll just do it right here. And up here. So I'm always looking at like doing triangles. All right, we're going to leave it just like that. You know what? I think I'm going to put maybe two, just because I have some, like trying to decide how far up I want. That'll kind of start your eye right there, and then you can go down like here and then up here. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I love how these turned out. And we have so many little pieces still left. Let me show you. Look at all the chipboard you still have. Lots of pieces. Okay. Move some of this aside. I'm going to set this over here for a minute. And we have those two stickers and all of this that you can still work with. So grab a kit if you haven't yet. There's a link in the description. So here's all your scraps plus your two stickers. So I'm gonna have to have fun figuring that out. All right, there's layout number 3. We'll just do a quick review. And then we have layout number 2. I really, really love these pages, y'all, because this is representative of close to my heart. The style. And then if you came in late, the placeholders weren't the right direction, so there'll be portrait photos, landscape photos right here. All right, so that is the every day, you and me, we ended up not doing any stamping just for time's sake. But here is the Everyday You and Me stamp set that will work perfectly for additional scrapbook pages. So I think I'll set it over with my pile of scraps and I'll create another layout and share that with you in the next day or two, maybe. No promises though, because I have another deadline I've got to meet tomorrow for my artisan assignments. And then I have a little bit of breather. Um, as a reminder, next month on April 10th, Thursday, April 10th, we'll be doing the Storybook Life Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. You'll need some extra supplies like the Lost Lagoon stamping pad and the blending pins, I'm sorry, blending brushes. And this technique is creating a stencil with negative image from a die cut. I was looking to see, I see it back here, I think. So it'd be kind of like stamping, but looks like some hearts or no, butterflies in the background, maybe. So, and I'm not sure if I have the Storybook Life stamp set or not, but I'll have to check and see. Anyway, so you have all the products in there to create this with me on Thursday, April 10th. And let me look at my notes here real quick. I have an early bird bonus for April when you place your order for the kit through me using the link in the description. It's a PayPal link. The cost will be $45. That's for the kit plus shipping, and you'll get a free exclusive embellishment as my thank you gift. So I'll just include that in the order. It'll all ship directly from Stamping Up. And you can pre-cut everything ahead of time, or I'll walk you through the cutting that evening. Okay? Just have to be ready and prepared. I don't know if you'll be able to keep up with me or not because I'm going to move pretty quickly. But you can always watch the replay. Same with this replay video. If you want to go ahead and grab your Everyday You and Me Scrapbooking Workshop Kit if you haven't done so already, and then you can come back to this video and recreate the pages with me just on replay. All right. April 10th will be the next craft along, and I'll send out some reminders and info on that throughout the next month. And real quick, if you're just going to hang around for a minute or two, I wanted to bust into these. I got two new brand new kits. We come out with two new kits every month, and I don't always order them right off the bat, but this time I wanted to grab them because they're really pretty. I mean, like they just came in today. I haven't even had an opportunity to, what is this one called? This one was called the Welcoming Garden Kit. Oh, this one's gonna be so awesome. I can't wait to scrapbook with this. So check out that cool stamp set. Let me flip it over this way. Little fence, and I'm not sure what that is. Probably to go on the fence to make it look like wood texture. You got thinking of you today. Just a note, thanks. So this is made for card making, has a little crumb cake stamping spot in it. But let me see if I can get it out of here. They come packaged so nicely. You get everything you need to create these beautiful cards. Check that out. Lots of dimension. There's the stamp, I think. And the kind of like a birdhouse or just a pretty gate right there. So I can see like really fun looking scrapbook pages made with this one. So that's definitely why I ordered it. You get your mini Stampin' Dimensionals, some tear and tape. There's a block that comes in here since you have your stamps and your ink pad. Okay, so I can't wait to play with that. I just got to figure out how I'm going to incorporate it into my creative time when I have a little downtime. And then this one is called Maritime Moments Kit. And I'm excited about it too because I was thinking of our beach trips that we have made. Oh, yeah. So let me share that with you. So I'm going to get close enough that you can see the sailboats, the anchor, the pelican, the boats. Ooh, look at those cute envelopes. And you get a gray granite um, Stampin' Spot. Oh, and then a lighthouse. There's some little seagulls, I guess. That looks like coral or seaweed or something right there. So no sentiments on this one. So the sentiments must be actually on the punch outs. All right, that's going to be fun too, but I think I'm going to do it with for scrapbooking as well. So that's why I got both of those. All right. So thanks for joining me. I just wanted to share those real quick. And y'all have a great rest of your evening. It might be really late for some of y'all. It's a little after 9 here in the Texas Hill Country. So thank y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Join me at 10 a.m. if you're able to at Central Time for my Feel Good Friday live with Pamela. And I'm going to be creating 2 fun fold cards using I can't keep up with the lovely garden sweet collection is what I'm doing this week. I keep going back from all these different collections and things, and I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. I need a little cheat sheet over here somewhere. All right. Take care, everyone. See y'all soon. Bye.